Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Yeah, well, we're talking today about the Justice Secretary, Alex Chalk KC, who is obviously a man who is getting a grip of this prison system because he said today that in an article in the Sunday Telegraph that no longer are we going to have the merry-go-round. I'll read you what he said. He said, "No prison system should further criminalise offenders or trap criminals who might otherwise take the right path in a cycle of criminality through a merry-go-round of short sentences." Absolutely right. Alex Chalk KC, you've got it there. 6-month sentences, 9-month sentences, just nonsense. Stick them in the community. That's what he's saying that they're going to do. Sentence them to community service, whereby they go planting trees, sorting rubbish, scrubbing graffiti off walls, tidying the area up. Generally speaking, doing tasks that need to be doing for society, but are not necessarily particularly attractive jobs. So what he's saying is that fewer low-level offenders will be sent to prison and will instead be set to work performing tasks such as cleaning up the local neighbourhood. And the Justice Secretary, Alex Chalk KC, is at last somebody in position of authority who has grabbed this by the short and curlies, and he's going to shake the system. It's pointless putting somebody in prison for 3 months. All it does is disrupt their family life, lose them their job, criminalise them for the rest of their lives, because from that point on they become a convicted criminal, an ex-prisoner, and making it much more difficult to actually rehabilitate themselves and find the path out of that cycle of offending. And Alex Chalk is grasping this. At last, somebody seems to be thinking about the prison system. And I'm sure that it will work. For a start off, it's going to reduce the prisons, the population by about 10, maybe 20,000 people, because they can instantly release people who are serving less than 6 months, who have got less than 6 months to serve. Also, Alex Chalk is saying that people who are convicted of very serious offences, such as rape, grievous bodily harm, actual bodily harm, burglary, etc., will serve their entire sentence. I believe he's calling this the Texas justice system, because that's what they do in Texas, apparently. So that if you are convicted of rape and you get sentenced to 15 years, then that is what you'll serve. There will be no remission. Of course, it will require a certain degree of control in the prisons, because the governors will no longer have the power to remove remission from inmates, because they do not have any remission to remove. So quite how they're going to deal with that remains to be seen. I would say just give them an extra, up to an extra 14 days, so that it will be added on to their sentence, not taken from their remission. Anyway, we'll wait and see exactly what Alex Chalk comes up with there. But I have to say, I deeply admire this man who has, at long last, after the last 50 years of the system just going nowhere, finally got a grip of it. We've all got to celebrate that and hope that this really, really works. And the idea of being an offender, I mean, we can all be offenders. I mean, every time we go out the house, we will do something that is against the law, whether we want to or not. I mean, I'm on an estate here where the speed limit is 20 miles an hour. It's not easy to stay within 20 miles an hour if you're going at 19 miles an hour. You've only got to scratch your ear and you're doing 25. So I usually keep my speed down to like 15 miles an hour. Give me a little bit of leeway there. But not everybody's going to do that. And therefore, if you're going at 21, 22 miles an hour, you're automatically committing an offence. I mean, that's what's it. It's very, very easy to commit offences. But there's no point in the system sending people to prison for minor offences. I have previously said on this channel here, Tales from the Jails, told the story about the guy in Burnley who walked his dog in the park contrary to the local bylaws and ended up in Strangeways jail. Seriously. I mean, what purpose is that serving for society? I mean, the guy was in his late 60s and he gets banged up in the jail. He didn't last 7 days, by the way. He paid his fine and got out because the staff and the inmates were all barking at him, which I thought was extremely cruel. But that's human nature. So there we have it. Alex Chalk is gripping this system. He's going to change it dramatically, and I believe that this has got to be the most promising step forward for the prison service in the time that I've been associated with it. I also see that my former oppo, Mark Leach, has been making comments in the press. Mark Leach runs something called the Prisons Oracle, which is like a voice, I believe, for inmates about the system. Mark Leach is, of course, a well-known prison reformer and the editor of and the writer of the Prison's Handbook. So there we have it. Today's Tales from the Jails, a big leap forward in the right direction by Alex Chalk KC. And where have we got it here? It's time now, folks. Yep. That's a song dinger. Yep. I'm not going to sing to you though. Oh, go on, I'll give you a little song. This is for Paula in Scotland, and Katie and Larry the Goat Herd and all the rest of you out there. The River Clyde, the wonderful Clyde, the name of it thrills me and fills me with pride. There you go. And that song is featured in the start of one of my favourite films, Billy Liar, with Tom Courtenay. Brilliant film. Brilliant book. And this is a poem I'm going to read you now. I'm going to try and read you if I can find the damn thing. I'm going to read you Cargoes, if I can find it. Somewhere in here. Oh, here we are, Cargoes, by John Masefield, who was the Poet Laureate. He was a Poet Laureate when I was at school. Cargoes. Are we ready? Who's sitting comfortably? Good, then I shall begin. Quinn Kareem of Nineveh from distant Ophir, rowing home to haven in sunny Palestine, with a cargo of ivory and apes and peacocks, sandalwood, cedarwood, and sweet white wine. Stately Spanish galleon, coming from the isthmus, dipping through the tropics by the palm green shores, with a cargo of diamonds, emeralds, amethysts, topazes and cinnamon, and gold and Midors. Dirty British coaster with a salt cake smokestack butting through the channel in the mad March days, with a cargo of tyne coal, lead, rail, pig lead, firewood, ironware, and cheap tin trays. Cargoes by John Masefield. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tales from the Jails.